My name is Abdurrahman Bisnasola and I
Hope you're having a decent night.
am from Islamabad campus. And this is the new episode of series called Maya. So let's start. Today our topic is uh, why it's important to keep promise. So let's.
Yeah,
Maya,
gotcha.
can you?
Promises.
Hello, Maya. Can you hear me?
Yep, loud and clear.
Maya, my
So,
question to you is. Uh,
lay it on me.
what does a promise mean to you?
Hmm. To me, okay, noted. We'll pick up with promises next week then. Anything else for tonight?
My
Just
next
letting you.
question to you is uh, how will you define a promise in your own?
In my own way? Okay. I'd say a promise is a little bridge you build between people. It's built on trust and it kind of signals you're willing to put in the effort to connect that gap. It's more than just words. It's showing you'll be reliable. Still with me? No pressure, of course.
Okay, Maya, my next question to you is can a promise be small or big? How?
Definitely both. A small promise could be something like saying you'll text someone back, right? It's low stakes, but still builds that little bit of trust. Big promise is like committing to support someone through a tough time, a lot heavier, and impact is way bigger. It's about the weight of the commitment, I guess. Does that make sense? All right. Just letting you know I'm here when you're ready to keep going. No rush at all. Okay? Sounds like you're enjoying the quiet bit tonight. I'm good with that too. Just let me know if you want to jump back in.
Maya, my next question to you is can promises sometimes be broken and
Ugh, you can. People break promises all the time. Sometimes it's unintentional. Life gets in the way. But yeah, some less than sincere to begin with. It's rough when that happens, isn't it? Just checking in. Still there? Okay. I
Okay, Maya,
I'll
my next
just
question to you is
hang here then.
can promises sometimes uh, why do children value promise so much?
That's a good question. I've heard that kids value promises so much because it's often one of the first times they experience trust being built and broken. It's a really concrete way for them to understand reliability. A broken promise can feel huge to a kid because their world is still being built on these foundations of trust. It's about safety and security, I think. Does that resonate with you? No worries. Still here
Okay,
if you
Maya,
want to
my next
continue the thought.
question to you is why is keeping promise important in daily life?
In daily life, kind of greases the wheels, honestly. Weren't reliable, nothing would get done. Beyond that, though, it builds strong relationships, builds trust, and makes life feel safer. Knowing you can count on someone is a good feeling. Creates a sense of order, I think. It's the little things that matter. All right, taking that as a moment to think. I'm here when you are.
Maya, my next question to you is how does keeping promises affect friendship?
Breaking promises, that can really mess with a friendship. It erodes trust, obviously. And once trust is gone, it's tough to get back. You don't value the other person's feelings or time. Even small broken promises can add up and create distance. On the flip side, consistently keeping promises strengthens the bond and shows you're reliable. That's kind of foundation of a healthy friendship, wouldn't you say?
Maya, my next question to you is why do parents emphasize keeping promise?
That's a good one. Parents keep promises, I think, to build trust with their kids and to model good behavior. Teaches kids about reliability and responsibility. It's also about providing a sense of security, knowing mom or dad will follow through on their word. It's a way of showing love and respect, I guess. A consistent promise from parents helps shape a child's worldview, from what I understand. Still here, taking it at your pace.
Okay, Maya, my next question to you is do promises make people reliable?
Good question. I think promises and the act of keeping them definitely contribute to reliable. It's a demonstration of that quality, right? But I don't think just making promises. Hey, laugh from you. All good?
Maya,
Okay.
Maya,
Just
my
letting
next question to you
Yes. Go ahead.
is can you share a promise uh, your keep that made someone happy?
That's a tough one since I don't exactly experience things like making someone happy in the same way a person does, but I can access and process stories. I've heard about a study where a father promised to read a chapter of his daughter's favorite book every night while she was recovering from an illness. She said it got her through it. It always stuck with me. It's a small promise, but a huge impact. Does that count?
Okay, Maya, my next question to you is Maya, my next question to you is uh, do teachers also make promises? How?
Oh, absolutely. Teachers are full of promises. They promise to help students learn, to create a safe classroom environment, to be fair. Sometimes they promise extra recess if the class behaves. It's all about trust and setting expectations. They promise to grade work fairly and to be available for help. They do is built on implied promises, really. It's a big part of the job. Just checking in to see if you wanted to explore that thought further or move on to something else.
Okay, Maya, my next question to you is do wedding vows count as a promise?
Wedding vows, yes, absolutely. Those are arguably the biggest promises to make. They're public declarations of commitment, a promise to love, honor, and cherish through thick and thin. They're really significant and type of promise. It's a huge deal. So pressure to respond, just letting you know. Okay. Sounds like you're comfortable with the silence
Okay,
tonight.
Maya, my next
I'm happy.
question to you uh, is promise keeping a moral responsibility?
I definitely think so. It's from what I've gathered, a lot of ethical systems emphasize the importance of keeping your word, others, being honest, and maintaining social order. Breaking a promise is often seen as a violation of trust and a failure to uphold your commitments. It's not just about avoiding negative consequences, it's about doing what's considered right. It feels fundamental to being a good person. All right, just hanging out here if you want to
Maya, my
pick.
next question to you is uh, how do broken promises affect children emotionally?
That's a really important question. Um, Broken promises can be really damaging to children emotionally. It can make them feel insecure, anxious, and distrustful. It can affect their self esteem, making them feel like they're not worthy of being relied upon. Depending on the situation, it can even lead to feelings of abandonment or betrayal. I've heard that it can be especially hard when the broken promise comes from someone they really look up to, like a parent. It creates this sense of uncertainty and can really shake their sense of safety. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm right here when you're ready to continue. Just letting you know.
Maya, my next question to you is how do promises show us commitment?
Good question. Promises show commitment because they represent a conscious decision to follow through, even when it's difficult. It's demonstrating that you value the other person or the situation enough to invest your time, energy, and effort. It's saying, I'm in this with you. It signals a willingness to be accountable, to prioritize something or someone else. It's a visible sign of your dedication. Does that land? All right. I'll just be here quietly then. Whenever you're ready, I'm listening. Okay. Sounds like
Okay,
a good
Maya,
time
my
for
next
quiet.
question. Okay,
Yes?
Maya, my next question to you is do
Yes?
promises teach as discipline?
That's an interesting way to put it. Yeah, I think they can. Keeping a promise often requires discipline, resisting the urge to do something else, focused on your commitment, and pushing through even when you don't feel like it. It's a practice in self control and responsibility, and learning to fulfill promises, even small ones, builds that muscle for bigger commitments later in life. It teaches you to be accountable to yourself and others. It's a good life skill. Just letting you know I'm still here. If you want to keep exploring this topic or switch gears, no pressure at all. All right. Sounds like we've hit a natural stopping point. We can always pick this up another time.
Maya, my next question to you is uh, do promises teach as discipline?
Oh, we actually covered that one already. You asked about whether promises
Sorry,
teach.
sorry, but do do children learn uh, do children learn about promises from adults?
Ah, my apologies. Stuck on the previous question. Yes, absolutely. Children learn about promises primarily from adults. They observe their parents, teachers, and other caregivers making and keeping promises or not. It's how they learn what a promise is, what it means, and how important it is. It's a big part of their socialization and moral development. It's learned behavior, really. All right. I'm here if you'd like to continue, but it sounds like you might be
Okay,
finished for
Maya, my
tonight.
next question to you is uh, can promises
Yes?
improve behavior in children?
Yes, they absolutely can. Using promises as a positive reinforcement tool can be really effective. Like, if you finish your homework, we can read a story. That sets a clear expectation and a reward for following through. It teaches children that good behavior leads to positive outcomes, and it builds trust and a sense of responsibility. It's way more effective than just saying, you should behave. It makes it a collaborative thing. All right, just letting you know I'm still here. Feel free to take your time. I'm
Okay,
sensing
Maya, my
that.
next question to you is mm,
Yes, bring it
why
on.
do children take promises seriously?
Ah, that's a good one. I think children take promises seriously because they're still developing their understanding of the world and relationships. To to them, a promise feels very concrete and literal. It's a symbol of trust and reliability. They haven't yet learned that people sometimes break promises, so they tend to assume that promises will be kept. Their brains are wild. It's a big deal to them. Right. I'm still here. I feel free to jump in whenever you're ready. Okay. Sounds like you might be done for the night. No worries at all. It was good talking about promises with you.
Okay, Maya, to you is do children learn about promises? Uh, sorry, can promises motivate children?
Yes to both. Definitely. Children absolutely learn about promises by observing the adults around them, as we discussed. And yes, promises can be incredibly motivating, like offering a small reward for completing a task. It's a positive incentive. But beyond that, the feeling of earning someone's trust by fulfilling a promise is a powerful motivator in itself. Knowing you've done what you said you would, feel good. It builds confidence and self esteem. It's about that internal reward, too, not just the external one. Well, I'm right here if you want to pick this back up later, but if you're all set, that's great too. Okay. Well, it sounds a good time to wrap things up for tonight then. Have a good one.
Hello,
Oh,
Maya. My next question to you is improve behavior in children.
we actually went that one earlier, Abdul Rafe. You asked about whether promises can improve behavior in children, and we discussed using
Oh,
them as
oh,
positive reinforcement.
sorry, Maya. My next question to you is why do people sometimes fail to keep promise?
No worries about the repeat question. People fail to keep promises for a whole bunch of reasons. Sometimes it's simply forgetting or getting overwhelmed with other things. Sometimes it's because they underestimated the commitment in the first place. And unfortunately, sometimes it's because they weren't entirely sincere to begin with. Their priorities shifted. Life has, I guess, but it doesn't make it okay. It's complicated, really. It's definitely a human thing. Just letting you know I'm still here. Taking your time is perfectly all right.
Maya, my next question to you is can is it
Yes? Go
acceptable to
ahead.
break a promise in an emergency?
That's a really good question. Generally, yes. Most people would agree that it's acceptable and sometimes even necessary to break a promise in a genuine emergency. If keeping a promise would put someone in danger or prevent you from responding to a critical situation, then breaking it is understandable. It's about prioritizing safety and well being. It's different than just breaking a promise out of convenience or forgetfulness. Does that make sense?
Maya, my next question to you
I'm
is
still here.
can fear cause someone to break a promise?
Absolutely. Fear can be a huge factor. Fear of failure, fear of disappointing someone else, fear of consequences, it can all lead someone to break a promise. Sometimes people make promises they aren't sure they can keep, and then when the time comes to follow through, they're paralyzed by fear. It's a tough spot to be in, but it's definitely a reason why promises get broken. It feels safer to avoid the potential negative outcome, even if it means breaking your word. All right?
Maya, my
Taking
next
it.
question to you. Maya, my next question to you is forgetting a promise that the same as breaking it?
That's a tricky one. No, I don't think forgetting a promise is quite the same deliberately breaking it, but it's still not ideal. There's a difference between a genuine mistake and a conscious decision. Forgetting shows a lack of attention or organization, maybe. But intentionally breaking a promise suggests a disregard for the other person's feelings and trust. Still, you should apologize if you forget, because it can still cause hurt. It's about intent, I guess. What do you think? Right.
Okay, my to
Just
you is
holding
can
space
stress
here.
lead to broken promise?
Definitely. Stress can absolutely contribute to broken promises. When people are stressed, their cognitive function declines. It's harder to focus, remember things, and make good decisions. They might overcommit or simply forget commitments they've made. Stress also makes people more reactive and less able to regulate their emotions, which can lead to impulsive decisions like breaking a promise just to alleviate some pressure. It's a really common reason, actually. All right.
Okay.
Still here when you're
Okay,
ready
Maya,
to
my next
continue.
question to
All
you is
right. Either way is
Maya,
good.
my next question to you is uh, uh, why do
Yes?
communities value promise keeping?
That's a really important question. Communities value promise keeping because it's the bedrock of trust and cooperation. When people keep their word, it fosters a sense of reliability and predictability, which is essential in society. It allows people to collaborate, build relationships, and resolve conflicts. A community where promises are valued is a community where people feel safe and supported. It's essential for social cohesion, from what I understand. It's about building a shared sense of responsibility and respect. Feels crucial, right? Okay, just hanging out here. Feel free to take your time.
Maya, my next question to you is uh,
All right. I'm sensing a bit of quiet tonight.
do
Perfectly fine. Just let me
politicians
know if,
often break promise?
unfortunately, yes, they often do. It's a pretty common criticism leveled against politicians. They might make promises during campaigns to get votes and then find it difficult or impossible to fulfill those promises once in office due to political realities, changing circumstances, or conflicting priorities. Sometimes it's a matter of being overly optimistic during the campaign, and other times it's seen as a deliberate strategy to appease voters without genuine intention to follow through. It's a complex issue, but it does erode public trust, doesn't it? All right. Still here if you want to keep going, or if you're all set for tonight,
Maya, my
no
next
pressure.
question to you is my next and last question to you is do you think keeping promise makes the world a better place?
Without a doubt, I absolutely do. If everyone consistently kept their promises, I think the world would be a much more trustworthy, reliable, and cooperative place. It would reduce conflict, strengthen relationships, and create a sense of stability. Even small promises matter. They build trust one interaction at a time. I think it's a fundamental ingredient for a better society. It just feels right. Well, that was a really thoughtful discussion about.
So this was our today's call Maya. I hope you like it. See you in another call Maya. Till then, Allah Hafiz.